the Love Hope Strength Foundation, which Rob is here representing tonight, and our mission is to get as many people as we can onto the International Bone Marrow Donor Registry, so for people like Tom who've done it in the past can save someone else's life, someone like me who has blood cancer who needs a transplant for a second chance at life. Great. I know there's somebody out there in the audience tonight who could be that match for someone in need. So if you have a moment at the end of the show, please come and see the guys here. Sign on the registry. It's very simple. It's a cheek swab. You need to be between 18 and 55, so it's not often, but we're all at a concert where we're all young enough for something. Pretty much. And it'd be great if you could sign on. If you're lucky enough, like Tom probably could tell you if you can chat to him on the way out, nowadays it's a very simple procedure to be a donor. It's just like giving blood platelets. It's very simple. It takes an afternoon out of your life, and then you could be the one to save someone's life. We've been doing drives like this for a number of years now in the USA and the UK. We've registered over 150,000 people to the list, and of those 150,000, 3,500 have stepped forward to give their lifeblood to someone in need. So I know there's someone out there tonight. It'd be great if we could turn tonight's Spirit of 86 concert here at the Old Town School of Folk Music into a life-saving event. So thank you very much for listening to that. And step forward for the list. And I'm going to invite a friend of mine up on the stage, Greg Wofford, who's flown up from Texas. Here to see you. Greg's made a generous donation to help support our mission of Love, Hope, Strength tonight, so he's getting to come up on stage. It's the second time we've played together. Greg made a couple of years ago we did a record to support a donor drive initiative in the Middle East. It was run by a lady called Dr. Amal Bashara, and she was saving lives by registering in the Arab communities and finding lifesavers on both sides of the divide, because underneath we're all the same. We're all made of the same DNA structure, no matter what our colour is, where we come from. We're all human beings at the end of the day. So it's great work, and Greg helped us. We made a record together with a lot of people from around the world. It was a record called The Scriptures. It was the world's longest song ever. It broke the Guinness World Record. So we're both world record holders, you see, before all this goes on. And we're going to play you the song in its entirety. No, we're not. Otherwise we'd be here in the morning. But if you get a chance to check it out, it's a great piece of work. It's out on iTunes. You hear Greg singing on it. Thousands of people from around the world who made a contribution lyrically, musically and performance-wise. It's called The Scriptures, but we're going to play something by one of our heroes, a guy that gave life to all of us in this room somehow with his lyrics and his music. This is called I'm Knocking on Heaven's Door. Oh, Mama, took this badge off of me. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to see. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. I should can't go. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. 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 Oh, Mama, put my guns in the ground. I can't shoot them anymore. They're all like traitors coming down. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Just like so Mama, wipe the blood from my face. I'm sick and tired of the war. There's a lot of people feel just like me. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. I see you sing it now, come on. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Everybody now. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Well, it was around about this time, on the 12th of April 1986, as the set came to a close. The credits began to roll over the screen as the last chords faded out. First up was The Alarm. Nigel Twist on the drum kit. Eddie McDonald on bass guitar. Mark Taylor on keyboards. Dave Sharp on lead guitar. And if the credits were rolling tonight, they say, from The Alarm, Greg Wofford on acoustic guitar. Last not least, Mike Peters on lead vocals and guitar. But if you're watching in California, you're in for a surprise. You see, in the run-up to the show, our tour manager had got us a hotel deal at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel on Hollywood Boulevard, no less. And he got us a deal for free hotel rooms. Now, if you come from real North Wales like I do, free means good. But we all know, wherever we come from, there's always a price to be paid for free. You see, our tour manager had promised the hotel some free publicity during the broadcast of the concert around the world. That's how we got the free deal. So as the credits rolled and the screen turned to black, if you're watching in Hollywood, on MTV, West Coast, an American voice broke into the transmission and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, The Alarm would like to thank the glamorous Hollywood Roosevelt for their accommodation during their last 2 weeks in California. On behalf of the glamorous Hollywood Roosevelt, we'd like to wish you a good day and hope you enjoyed the Spirit of '86 concert with The Alarm!" Yeah! It's absolutely true. So all of a sudden, if you had anything about you and you're an Alarm fan in California, you knew exactly where the band was staying that day. So when we got back to the hotel after the concert, got into the lobby, it was absolutely full of Alarm fans. And everyone wanted an autograph, something to be signed. Everyone had an Instamatic camera. They all wanted their photograph taken. But it was one of those amazing moments, like it was meant to be. I knew that we just spent the day probably taking part in the greatest day in the history of the band in the 1980s. And here we were, surrounded in the hotel by the people it meant the most to. People that had actually made it happen, had given life to the band. People I think of to this day as family. People like yourselves who come here tonight to pay your respects, to honour the music, to keep the flame of hope alive. So I want to thank you for being part of the story. Thanks for being part of the adventure called The Alarm and making it real. Thank you, Chicago. God bless you. Thanks to each and every one of you. Sing this to us, come on. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Sing it. Knock, knock, knock.